Now I want to spend some time with this one talking to people who look like me outwardly, people who are considered black people here in America, or African American if you want to use that title. Now in a lot of cases we have situations within the Christian community and even within Christian talk shows, Christian radio, Christian TV, and just general conversation in regards to just general Christian issues. And one of the things that I know Christians don't like to deal with is the issue of race. And what tends to happen is kind of like ignoring the elephant or the gorilla or whatever animal you want to pick that does not belong in the room, ignoring that particular animal in the room. It's there. It's something that we all need to deal with, especially here in this nation. I'm talking about the people in the United States, especially people here in this nation, because this country has such a deep race issue that it just goes back so far that it's just something that is woven into our society. But anyway, that's not the direction I'm really going in. I just want to point out that this particular talk is geared towards the people who look like me, black folks, African Americans, and my plea to you to be more patient with other black people. This is going to give you a few examples, one of which is an example will be I guess. Let me go with the one of the store issue. And I come across this quite often. And if I had to put a percentage on it, I would say it was about 95% of the time I deal with this. And if I come to the counter and there's an older black woman there that's checking, she's a checker, and she's taking the cash and ringing up the item, 95% of the time I have to deal with attitude. Whereas the person in front or in back of me could be a person who was not black, and they will get better treatment and they won't deal with attitude. And in a lot of cases that's because there's just a lack of patience that goes into this thing with black people and how we deal with each other. There's a serious lack of patience. Now, if this doesn't fit you, if this is not something you experience, then that's fine. I'm going off of what I experience. And then there's the issue of having patience with our people in regards to how we act, how we talk. We talk a little different. We have in a lot of cases we have different slang words that we use, and we sound a little bit different than other people. And sometimes that can be a sense of embarrassment when we see people on TV or out in public, and it's like, oh my goodness, listen to how that person is talking. Man, they sound so ghetto, or even worse, why do they have to act so black? We have to have enough room for each other that we have this patience and this love for each other, like we have patience and love for other Christians and for other people. Period. We have to be more patient and understanding towards each other. We wear different hairstyles. We dress different. We talk different. We walk different. Because we are different. Just like other people walk, talk, dress, and act different. Because that's how the Lord has made them, and that's how they display who they are, and that's just who they are. So we have to have that same type of understanding and patience towards each other. If we can't get past that, we're not going to get past anything. And I would argue the point that here in the United States, that if you want to talk about levels of persecution or levels of dealing with discrimination or levels of dealing with just all out tripped out issues, well, I would say that the Black American or African American Christian has so many issues to deal with that it's almost like being a schizophrenic person. You don't know how to act in different issues, because in the black community it's like you got to be black enough. In the white community, it's just this air of, well, I don't want to offend or seem like I'm too black, or I'm ghetto. I want to have this thing where people are okay with me. And this doesn't apply to everybody. I know this. And then you have black folks that have to deal with conservative radio versus liberal radio, and we're kind of caught in between, because there's a lot of liberal issues or things that liberals lean towards helping on that are a part of the black community, whereas on the other side, with the conservatives, there's things that we deal with on that side too, and we agree with them as well. But in a lot of cases, we're not invited to the table to talk about it. And then when we bring up black issues or issues of discrimination, it becomes well, just get over it. It's not really as bad as you say it is. So we have to deal with things. We have to deal with discrimination from workplace to neighborhoods to the church. That's an embarrassment to say. The church. We have to deal with it in the stores. So in all areas of our lives, we have to contend with how people view us and how people choose to deal with us, and at the same time maintain a sense of dignity and Christianity and love about ourselves. So I covered a few different things there, but it all rounds into the Christian African American experience.